Hey YouTube. So self-harm. I guess and that's our topic today. So let's just get into what exactly self-harm is. Self-harm, it is also known as self-injury. It is the act of deliberately harming your own body. And it is not typically an attempt at suicide. It's just a person's way, a really, really unhealthy way of dealing with severe emotional pain. And it's crazy. I get that. It's not normal behavior. But physical pain makes you feel better. Okay. I have a lot of notes down. Okay. Self-harm. It is toxic and an extremely damaging. It's a monster, guys. Even if you just have thoughts of self-harm, it should be treated as a medical emergency, but it isn't treated like that. Everyone just treats it like a way of getting attention. People treat it like a phase, but it's so addictive. It is such a taboo thing to talk about, and it shouldn't be because so many people do it. I know so many people who do it. I see it on my Instagram and my Tumblr. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Facebook. So many people do that, and that is horrible. When someone takes a blade and drags it across their skin and cuts themselves open, that should be treated as medical emergency. They need help. It's not just gonna go away in time. I don't know. I don't get it. So I'm gonna go over a couple, things that are self-harm, like, I guess, methods of self-harming, that suits it. So people, when they usually think of self-harm, they automatically think, oh, emos and cutting, and they think, oh, girls do it, yeah, or just, white girls do it, yeah. So these are methods that people do. It is cutting or severely scratching yourself, burning or scalding, hitting and banging your head against a wall, punching things, sticking objects into your skin, not letting wounds heal, swallowing poisonous objects or substances. Some very things you wouldn't think are self-harm, but they actually are binge drinking, driving recklessly, taking too many drugs, or even having unsafe sex. These things, when you typically think of self-harm, you do not think of these things, but it is because you are purposefully putting yourself in danger and hurting yourself. It's horrible. And then people say that only girls do it, but I know so many guys who self-harm. I know so many people that do it, and it's crazy. I'm not saying it's a crazy thing they do, because I can't really say that, because I do it, but I mean, it's crazy that so many people are hurting, and we just treat it like, we just sweep it under the rug like it's nothing. Like, yeah, they'll get over it. I have been cutting, or, let's see, about 4 or 5 years now. It's addictive. It's when you're in so much emotional, when you have so much emotional pain and you're so overwhelmed with emotion. It's like when you drag a blade or you harm yourself. It's like that emotional pain, you just forget about it and you focus on your scar, not your scars. Why did I say scars? You focus on that blood and the pain you feel from that, and you don't focus on what's going on in your mind. It's horrible. It's honestly, it's made me so much more insecure. I promised myself I wouldn't cry while making this. I don't wear shorts anymore. The first time I wore shorts this summer, shorts that showed my scars, my cousin asked me, my little cousin, he is like 9, he asked me why I cut myself. How does a 9-year-old know that people do that? And he told me that he knows people who are 9 that are in his grade that cut themselves and hurt themselves. It should really be treated as a medical emergency, and it's not. It's really not, and I don't get it. 5 or 4 years, and I'm still doing it. Obviously, it's not just something you get over. And the most worst part about self-harm is that it's so addictive, and that soon little cuts don't do it anymore, and you gotta go deeper and deeper. And when I first started, I used to care. I'd clean them, and I'd make sure I didn't do it too deeply. But now, honestly, I don't care. I don't care if it gets infected, because just more pain, right? It's made me want. I'm ashamed of my scars, and I hate them, but I love them. I haven't gone swimming at a public swimming pool for a long time, because I don't like wearing swimsuits because of my scars. The longest I've ever gone without it was probably 3 months. 5 years. Only 3 of those months out of 5 years spent not cutting myself. That is horrible. So I do go to a therapist, and I am getting help, and I am trying to get better. I want to get better. This is not something I want to do. It's not something I don't think I did. It's nothing anyone should do. It's horrible. It's sick, and people who do it need help. They really do. And that's what they want. They want to tell someone, but they're so scared. You just treat it like it's nothing. Anyway, back to my therapist. My therapist, he my stepmom got me into him. So when we got in there, my stepmom was with me, and he said, "Oh, you seem like a really happy girl." And I'm like, "Most of the time, yeah." And then my stepmom was like, "Yeah, but she's a cutter." I don't like that word. I get that's what I do, but there's times where I don't cut. I scratch. I do so many other things that are harming. But yeah, anyway, my therapist said that that the self-harm is the problem. It's a really unhealthy way of dealing with it, but I get why you do it. And he said, we have to get down to the problem, and we have to figure out what makes you do it. Why are you doing it? And how can we get you to stop? And I think that's a really good point. Is finding out why you do it and trying to figure out how to stop from there. It's a hard process, and I'm not gonna tell you it gets easy, because I don't want to lie. But I do want to say that everything is temporary. The world is constantly changing, and what you're feeling right now, you will not feel years from now. 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, wow, why did I do that? You're gonna be happy. And the sadness or the pain or the anger or the anxiousness or any emotion that you're feeling right now will not last. What you are going through will not last forever. It may take time, but trust me, everything changes. Everything is temporary. And I just want you to know that you are not unlovable. And you are not defined by how you look, or how much you weigh, or how popular you are, or if you get good grades, or any of that. You are defined by how you are as a person. How you decide to treat others is how you are defined. I love you guys, and anyway, stay strong. Peace.